What are your thoughts, Amy, as we look at the Jets conundrum right now? We've got Aaron Rodgers opining from afar, who's telling Joe Namath to stop talking negatively about his team. Robert Saleh, people are wondering why he's not. What is Robert Saleh supposed to do? He has to keep Zach Wilson healthy intellectually, mentally, physically. So I'm curious, as a former CEO, what are your thoughts on how things are going down in New York?
Well, first of all, my thought is for you because you live with Rich and you're confronting this every day. So when I think of the Jets and all of the angst, I think of you and my thoughts are with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, I see what you did there. That was very clever.
Clever.
When Robert says that, my immediate thought was, how much of that input is from management and how much of that input is from ownership or ownership/management? Because at the end of the day, owners have ultimate authority and ultimate responsibility, even if that's delegated to management, because what you delegate, you can undelegate. I think I just made that word up. But when Robert gives his absolute unequivocal endorsement to Zach, yes, you're absolutely right. He's trying to give Zach confidence. He's trying to put the wind beneath his wings, if we will. But I don't know how much of that is based on input from management and or ownership, which is, look, we're not doing anything else. Maybe we'll bring in a free agent here or there, but there's not going to be more trades. We're not going to acquire a big ticket free agent. This is our guy and we're sticking with it. That said, he is being very, very, very unequivocal. And I think I'd leave myself a little bit of room because, look, they kept saying it's Zach, it's Zach, it's Zach, and they went out and signed a free agent. Of course, the idea may be for the practice squad as a backup if, God forbid, something happens to Zach. But leave yourself a little bit of wiggle room. Give him the endorsement that you believe he needs to help your team, but maybe leave yourself a little wiggle.
Amy Trask here on the Rich Eisen Show. And as you mentioned on What the Football, and do what? And I think that was a really good way to kind of punt this. And do what? Like, what can they possibly do?
Well, and the issues are they've got draft pick issues as relates to the Aaron Rodgers trade and draft picks used and committed with respect thereto. Query whether they would want to give up additional draft picks for another player. Signing a free agent, well, there's cap issues. There's cash issues. Never forget the cash. That matters to teams a lot more to some teams than others. But yes, and do what? And by the way, Suzy, I don't just ask that with respect to football issues. And do what is a great and an important question to ask whenever you're making a decision. Because if your answer to and do what isn't better than the status quo, or at a minimum as good as the status quo, then what are you doing?
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.